So it's January 29th today. We had another train accident. Again, top news around train accidents. It seems to be around every, like, more or less all the time we see trains. We all of us see trains in the top news. We see it in Spain, for example. So just earlier to this was January 27th, and then earlier we had in Spain the worst train accident in more than a decade. We saw it. We saw 4 train accidents happen in the span of 5 days, actually. So 4 train accidents in Spain. And I talked about how all of this connects to art. I've been showing that, and I've been saying that all since this Thailand train accident that happened in January 25th. No, January 15th. Or maybe it was January, it was no, oh, it was January 14th, okay, this Thailand train accident. And since then I said that maybe this continues now, already since then. And why can I say like that? And then we see it happen. How can it be like that? Well, it's because I've been discovering something when it comes to art. That art is highly fruitful when it comes to this world and what happens. It's like the world is inspired for things to happen. And that's why I've been like, you still see this, like, how can it be that again we get this top news about train accident or train attack, sorry, okay, not a train accident, it's a train attack, okay. And if you would ask me like what happened, I don't know, okay. What's going on is that there is a theme of trains being having these accidents or crashes or attacked in the case of Ukraine. And this is something that John and I had a discussion with John on the 27th, on the same day as this accident. We were talking about the train accidents in Spain, connecting to the art that we have done in collaboration. We have done art together, and when we do like that, I make the statement that this is going to happen. Like, we do an art piece, and then it's like, I know that it's going to happen, and then John painted that, and we see it unfold. Basically, it's like, as I said in I made a community post where I said that it's almost like this is a nervous system, like this kind of art and these kind of collaborations seems like to be some kind of hidden nervous system to what actually unfolds. And let me show you the clip, right, about this train accident.
Go for you to Ukraine, where yesterday a Russian drone struck a crowded passenger train, killing Gulliver Crag. He's currently in the southern Ukrainian city of Odessa. Gulliver, look, good to talk to you, and we will come to that. President Volodymyr Zelensky describing the attack as an act of terrorism.
of the electricity that powers the trains. They've rarely targeted trains themselves. They're not moving trains with passengers on them. This was a long distance train going.
So yeah, and if you can check the date here, you see January 28th is the time of the news, January 28th, right? But um, the actual event happened on January 27th. And um, let me do a little screenshot. Just wait a moment, okay? I'll do a screenshot about something here, because I actually been doing this for a long time. I have known for a long time how this works, guys. And it's like, so I made this community post. As you can see, I don't have many listeners and things like that on my channel, and that's because um, the conventional way that humans give authority is like humanity gives authority to people that are deemed worthy, right? So I made this community post that there is seemingly a nervous system, central nervous system connected to the world from this kind of art and its collaborations. This is clearly visible in how the top news become interlinked, as if it's caught by a spell too strong to decouple from. A system based on honoring and dishonoring is placed neatly underneath. A total humiliation is felt when comparing what humans deem to be worthy of influence and what humans honor, something that is distinctly different from the true honoring system hidden underneath. There is an honoring system here going on that uh, I for example, let's talk like that. For example, what I'm doing here is is maybe part of some hidden honoring system, okay? And for this information to come to the conscious of people is humiliating, because there is already in place something that is deemed worthy, okay? And what I'm showing here on my channel is that um, there is something underneath that doesn't follow those dishonoring, and still it is even more influential, okay? So in a way, it doesn't matter that it's not many listeners, it doesn't matter that it's not many subscribers and so on. You don't honor me, you don't honor me, um, you don't help me, you don't this and that. Okay, I know. And that doesn't matter, because it's a different honoring system, you know? So I like to call it the honoring system maybe of ass lickers, okay? You earn money, and you do that by making people, by licking asses, and you lick other people's asses, and that's the way to push the world forward. This is how it works. You lick ass, and you enjoy other people licking your ass, right? And so I don't do that, you know? And that's hard. It's actually hard not to do that. It's a tough thing to do, you know? But you see, beyond this, there is this honoring going on that is humiliating. That it's like supposed to be humiliating. Something that I realized, you know, people are supposed to be humiliated from what I'm doing here, okay? And Um, and the good part here is that I'm only doing art. I'm not like doing a drawing is not wrong in any way, you know. And we see the we see how it connects to in these videos. I say that it seems like there is a domino effect in place of train accidents in the top news. And this is the humiliating part, that I am indeed right. Like, I've been right about that since I started talking about that, which was around this time, you know. When we had the Thailand train accident, I started talking about maybe this continues now, okay? Why why wouldn't it continue from the perspective that I'm looking from this artistic perspective, and I see that this is strong, you know, something that I noticed. And then we saw it continue, and it became kind of absurd with uh, four. It also was a crane accident in Spain, right? A crane colliding with a train in Spain. And you have in Thailand, it was the same thing. You had a crane falling on a train. Uh, but that's how long it rhymes. Um, so yeah, I mean, this is totally humiliating for mankind. Like, for humankind, this is so humiliating what's going on here, because again, I'm not really doing anything wrong. I'm just doing a drawing, and that's super innocent. I'm super innocent, guys. At the same time, you can clearly see the connection to my actions. You can see the connection to my way of saying that maybe this continues now, and then it does. You know, you can see it correlate. But at the same time, what did I do? You know, who knows? You know, I didn't really do anything in a way. But at the same time, you can see that there is a connection, and some of you guys hate that. And um, and I think maybe the problem here with, like, I am like there are always there are always two kind of people. There are the scientific people, there are the religious people, right? For example, two kind of people. And what I'm doing here is to meet both, okay? I'm saying that, and the religious people have a problem with that because you don't like to think about evidence, right? I'm presenting evidence. You don't care about evidence because you don't find the beauty in that, right? Um, so um, so that's also the issue here, that people are always on one side, always on one side, never both sides. But you should be like, if you are a good Christian, you should be like crucifying yourself in between the sides, you know, like that. Being on both sides, being both in science but also in religion at the same time, you know. I don't know. That's just how I see it. And but you don't do that, right? You cling to your groups of deeming yourself worthy. For example, a lot of Christians are doing that. You deem yourself worthy. You have just decided that you are worthy. That's how you do. And everyone that's not a Christian is seeing that so clearly, you know, how you are. There is a vanity in that, you know, when you see yourself as worthy. It's a vanity, you know. So clinging to that self-righteousness, you know. Um, so this is a different kind of art, as you see. It's ruthless, and it has been going on for a very long time, and uh, it's going to continue, you know, this kind of stuff. Um, there's so much I want to talk about, but I don't, because you're like I think people are not worthy to hear what I have to say. I have things to say a lot. I don't talk. I don't talk. And maybe you believe that that's impossible. You have to talk to someone. You have to talk to someone. The information has to come out. No, I don't have to talk. I don't have to talk to anyone about this. I don't have to. It's okay. Um, so, yeah. Um, that's how it is. So we can clearly see kind of the kind of way that things just happen to become a bit quite much like I was saying, like with this some kind of daisy chain domino effect of train accidents, as I've been saying lately. Um, yeah, and you know, how often do you see a train accident in Ukraine? You know, but here's the thing. Here's the thing. This is top news. What you see over here, it's top news, which means that like you do go insane if you don't cooperate with what I'm saying. You have to listen to me. You have to talk. You have to kind of give some credit to what I'm doing here because I'm right, you know. And so because of the fact that I'm right, you're put in this peculiar situation where you can no longer trust anything, you know, not the top news, not anything, because your worldview doesn't allow it. It's not allowed for you to even believe in anything, and that drives people insane. Maybe you believe that I would be that, but I'm not, you know. I know how this works. I'm not insane, you know. I'm sane. So yeah, people see this top news. Maybe they try to ignore it. But is it possible? Um, and also, these things that I know, it's something that it's like it's like something. It's important. It's important what I know about this kind of stuff. I'm just telling you that it's important stuff that is not being said. You know, obviously, if this would have been a known phenomena, then we all would know about this kind of phenomena. But instead, people people neglect it, right? People neglect this because they maybe don't believe in it. Like you literally can't believe in what I'm saying because you never saw it before, right? Um, and as I'm going, you know, I'm just going to continue with this, and it's going to be big. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what to say more actually. Maybe I should end the video. But um, January 29th, we have been seeing drawings connect, like I did this arch drawing, you know, this one, and then it connected to Thailand, having arches over the train accident, and then it connected to Spain, having this multifoil arch in Cordoba, being the most famous place for multifoil arches. If you search if you ask any um, AI assistant, ask it about multifoil arches and what is the most famous place. Well, it will name Cordoba, which was the most to the bottom left here. It's a Cordoba Spanish train accident. And you know, so here's the thing, when I do these drawings, this I did on January 12th, I know that it's going to be, you know, this is going to become the future, you know, I just know that. And then I can show you the disproportional train events. I show you the theme of train accident, and it's there, you know, it's undeniable. And people keep like ignoring what I'm doing, and I'm telling you, like, because of the fact that this is top news, it's literally driving people insane. It's literally what's happening. It's like the price of ignoring what I do. It's like it's comparable to ignoring a cliff, you know, or ignoring a force of nature, you know. You ignore it, well, okay, that's bad, you ignored nature, you know. In a way, that's like I'm showing you something and then it happens, right? So I'm just saying that that's how it is, because of the top news, like because of the top news, that's why. If it wouldn't have been top news, then yes, you could have ignored it, right? Because that's possible, because it's not top news. It will not bother you. It will not affect you. Like it will not affect. It will not. Uh, like when something is not top news, maybe it's not meaningful, you could say, because you can put that aside and that's okay. But because of the fact that, yeah, it's top news stuff, that's impossible. So yeah, it's like people choose to go insane, basically, because this is the honoring system of humanity. You have decided to honor each other, lick each other's asses, as I see, and that's it, you know. That's how it is. And that's the life, right? As I see it, at least, with how it works. So yeah, I have super intense inspiration about the future right now. Something that I know from experience that I can grab for that and let someone else draw that, because it's cool, or it's a design of existence, to do things together. Even if this is, you know, horrific, I can try to honor the design of doing things together, in a way, in my own way. um, and so this next drawing is maybe comparable to 3 or 4 drawings in one, you know, it's a big drawing, this next one. And um, and someone else is going to do that. When we do things together, we protect ourselves from insanity. We protect ourselves from gaslighting by knowing that we had an experience together, even if this is top news. Doing something together, making a drawing together, is uh, a safety also, in that we are sane together. If I do something alone, and it's always good to have someone involved, just to win the battle of sanity. I'm not going to go insane, other people are, okay? So you better think about that. So some people would say, like, insanity is this and that, you know. You can say insanity is something specific. You have all these ways of describing insanity. I have a way of describing insanity also, and that is inconsistency. Like, having inconsistency in thought, actions, is what I consider to be insanity. Um, as long as you stick to your kind of thinking, and it is without errors, you are sane. Directly when you change your view from one thing to the other, you are mentally unstable. You are sensitive to propaganda, things like that. Just think about it yourself. But when you are consistent and have a sameness, and a red thread going through everything, then that is sanity. And I'm trying to, or I'm kind of living by that idea of having a consistency. And so, yeah, that is sanity. We see the results here, that it's my worldview is very very correct, you know. It's very correct. It is shown in the news that what I have said is true. Basically, it pops up in the top news, just like that. You can see that as in many different ways. Either I'm just right, but I like to see it as something more creative, that there is an interplay of some music or musical orchestra running beneath reality, charming everything to do everything that it does. Like, so, yeah. Okay, let's end this video. Bye.